Good day everyone and welcome back to your YouTube channel and welcome to my FPL video for game week 10, my team selection video. And first of all, I will be talking about how I actually performed in my team selection for game week 9. So game week 9, where I used my the triple captain was played and was played on Haaland, and it didn't do so well. I'll talk about it in a minute. But first of all, I had a final point of 70 points. Not so bad because it's above average. Average was 54. I had a point of 70 and I was ranked about 3 million, and now it have gone down to 2.1 million, as you can see, for overall ranking so far. And how did we fare? Flicking actually didn't do well. Had just 1 point. Conceded again, and this time conceded lots of goals against this Ipswich Town. And he conceded 3 goals and had -1 point. That's giving him his 1 point. And in the defense, we had Luis, of course, ended 1-0 against Southampton. Luis played 90 minutes. He had 6 points, kept a clean sheet, didn't score any goal. Haaland had that only goal. Then Arnold played 2-2 against Arsenal. And we expected a goal or something or an assist, which he usually does, but he didn't do that this time. Ended 2-2, so he had just 1 point. Gabriel also shared the spoils with Arnold. Played 53, came out of injury, and had just 1 point. Rogers also did not play full game. He just had 56 minutes, came out 1 point. Very unlucky. Mbemo actually had a brace in this game. Actually watched that game. A very nice late goal. Had 2 goals. Lots of people captained him. Two sets of people. 2 people who didn't believe in Haaland that he could do anything, and also people who didn't have Haaland. He had a very good fixtures, playing against a newly promoted Ipswich Town side, 4-3, and he actually had 15 good points. And Palmer, which I brought in late in, he had just 1 goal, but he had 3 bonus, had 10 points. Was my vice captain just in case Haaland didn't play, and he actually had 10 points in total. He's been very, very consistent. If you look at Haaland's stats, just apart from that Liverpool game, you see he has had 10 points. He has had 6 points against Nottingham Forest. He also had 25 points against Brighton. Also had West Ham 8 points. Bonham 3 points. Not bad. He's been doing extremely well. You see, against Wolves, he had 17 points. And he just blanked against Manchester City, blanked against Bournemouth, and also blanked against Liverpool. Apart from those 3 games, he has actually had a good return so far. So he's been doing extremely well. Alright, no doubt. MC Neil actually blanked. Wolves had a brace. Scored 2 goals at Friday night. Was a wonderful time. Nottingham Forest won 3-1, and he had a brace in that game. Haaland, which my triple captain, lost a lot of chances against the Southampton side and has not been doing so well. Just 1 attacking return in his last 4 games. Not been doing so well at all. So we watch this game and see how he performs. If he doesn't perform now in this game and in the next 2 games, of course, we'll be thinking about selling him. But the only reason why I'm not thinking about selling Haaland right now, just check out the first 4 games. He scored against Chelsea, had hat-trick against Ipswich, had hat-trick against West Ham, and also had a brace against Brentford. So he's been doing extremely well, and he's not somebody, and also even scored against Arsenal. He's been doing extremely well. He's not somebody you can just take out like that. I think he's been decent so far, and I just believe he's going to pick up and continue from where. So most especially in the League Cup last night, he was rested, he was fully rested. So I just believe his strength is going to come back and he's going to do well. Solanke has been a disgrace, honestly. It's been a disgrace for all the FPL manager. If you have him, it's been a disgrace. Just check out his last game weeks. Against Crystal Palace, he blanked. Against West Ham, he blanked. Against Brighton, he blanked. Against Manchester, okay, he didn't blank against Brighton. He just had an assist, had a goal against Manchester United. But if you look at his point, just 665 points. He blanked against Arsenal, blanked against Newcastle. Okay, he didn't play. He's not been doing so well. Just imagine his total point has been 25. The leading striker of a sports team, which has been doing, what would I say, averagely well so far. He's not somebody who we should have in the team for so long. So in the bench, we have Semenyo, 1 point, Dalot, 1 point, Cowell, 1 point, and Slicker actually didn't even perform. So 70 points overall. We moved everywhere in the ranking, all green arrows, and that's good things to come. So in the FPL Stats Center, that's the player stats so far for this season. We have Haaland is the highest goal scorer. So if you are picking your FPL team, this can also guide you. All right. Haaland is the highest goal scorer right now, 11 goals, second by Mbemo. Then we have Cole Palmer, we have Priestwood, we have Jackson. Then for highest assist, we have Saka. He was injured, but he's back. He played and also gave an attacking return. We have Cole Palmer, we have Salah, we have Damsgaard, we have Ndidi. Then for clean sheets, we have Onana. His fate could change because we have a new manager in Manchester United with Van Nistelrooy. We don't know if he's going to have faith in Onana, keeps using him as his first 11 or his first goalkeeper. We don't know about that yet. But so far, so good. Onana has actually had 4 clean sheets, highest among all the keepers. Alisson was injured at some point. Raya was injured also at some point. Sales was also okay, had 3. Then we have Henderson. So this is actually the player stats, just in case you want to pick some good players in your FPL team. This table will actually help you. So far, I will not take much of the time. I'll just go straight to what I've done in my game week 10. So game week 10, who is going to remain in the post? Slecken will remain in the post. He's playing against Fulham, of course. I think Fulham is going to actually score against this side. Is actually going to score. Fulham is a very, very decent side. So Flecken, I don't think Flecken will keep a clean sheet, except we have a miracle. Of course, in football, anything can actually happen. You know, there are times that people can keep clean sheets that you don't expect, and there are times that when you are meant to keep clean sheets, you concede. So we just hope something like that happens against this Fulham side with Flecken. But apart from that, nothing really decent about this. And I'm thinking about using any wildcard for now. So he is the number 1 goalkeeper. And of course, I like the fact that we don't invest so much on goalkeeper. For example, people who actually had Raya. Raya has not been returning well for Arsenal, has been conceding, has been going on injury. So you can imagine using a few 4 points to buy Flecken and using almost 5.5 to buy Raya. So you can imagine it's almost the same point. And I don't think, no regrets. He's still the number 1 goalkeeper. He's there and he's going to remain there. So in the defense, we have Luis, and we saw some news that Pep is going to will not bench Luis. He's not going to rotate Luis because of lack of players right now and fitness in the Manchester United squad, in the Manchester City squad. So I just feel Luis is going to be there and he's going to play, but let's assume he doesn't play. We have a good bench, which I will show you later. You can come up to take over Luis' place. But I just feel Luis is playing against a Bournemouth side, which I've actually predicted that game is going to end 3-0. And I just feel Man City will keep a clean sheet or Luis have an attacking return in this game. So I still have a hope in Luis. I still have faith in Luis. As for Arnold is a very, very decent defender. Very, very decent. He's been having good attacking return. Liverpool have had the most win and kept almost the highest clean sheet in the Premier League so far. If you look at his first 3 games, kept clean sheet, not against Nottingham Forest, but he picked up against Bournemouth, and that clean sheet. He didn't do well against Wolves. Picked up another clean sheet against Crystal Palace. And Chelsea and Arsenal has been the last game he has played. He has not scored any goal, but in his country, he had a goal in England during the international break. So I just feel he's a player who is going to do well. And considering the fixtures that is coming up for Arnold, you see the green indicates that it will be a easy fixtures for him and also for Liverpool. But Aston Villa is not a very, very easy side. Southampton, of course, we are expecting a clean sheet there. Brighton is a very, very tricky one. Brighton could score, but at the same time, if they score, is a defender who can actually score. So if you look at game week 13, 14 against Man City, it had against Newcastle had. Just look at what happens from 15, 16, just close out Spurs. But look at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. You see that Arnold is actually a good defender for a long run pick. So Arnold will definitely stay. I'm not thinking about selling him. He's going to start this game, and we just hope that even though Liverpool doesn't keep any clean sheet in this game, we expect him to have an assist or maybe a goal. Then for Gabriel, he came up with a knock in his last game against Liverpool. Has a knock. No news has been heard. Early team news could come up on Friday by the managers. They do interview them and they talk about their team. Most of the questions are being asked about their players. So that is where we do hear if the players will not play or the players will actually play. So we just believe Gabriel should play because he's very difficult coming out of injury. But we shall see. Whatever the Arsenal manager will say, we'll follow it. But I just believe Gabriel is actually going to play. Has 75% chance of playing. He just have a knee injury. Came out in last game, but he's a strong guy. Of course, he was definitely rested in the League Cup. So I just believe he's going to come out to the squad. Considering the fact that Arsenal need these points and they need this league, which I definitely don't think they'll win. But they need this league, and he will be forced to play. And let's see how that goes. So he's in the starting defender. Of course, Arsenal is one of the best defense in England right now. One of the best defense in England. So I just believe he's going to play. He's going to fit in this game and he's going to start. Then for Rodgers, he was subbed up early, but he was rested again in the League Cup, where Aston Villa played. He was rested. So let's see if he's going to have good attacking return this time. He's been doing extremely well. If you look at his results, apart from this game, he was subbed up early against Bournemouth. He had six points against Fulham. Yeah, he didn't have any real attacking return against Manchester United, but he had 7 points against Ipswich. He had 10 points against Wolves. And that is where he actually started picking up his form. So I just believe he will continue on that form, considering the fact that he's just a 5.4 million defender, which I hope it won't rise in price because so many people are getting it right now. For that price range, in his last 4 or 5 games, he's been doing extremely well. Let's see if he's going to continue on that form. Mbemo is somebody who has been doing fantastically well. With his price 7.7 million, he had 15 points against Ipswich. He blanked against Manchester United. He had 8 points against Wolves. Had 9 points against West Ham. Had 8 points against Tottenham Hotspur. Of course, he didn't have any point against Man City. You know Man City and their class. Had 14 points against Southampton. Didn't have any point against Liverpool. Had 9 points against Crystal Palace. That has been his history. He's doing extremely well. He is among the top 5 midfielders right now in the Premier League that scored goals. We saw in the stats that he's actually in the, let's see, Mbemo is actually the second highest goal scorer so far this season with 8 goals. So considering his class, he's definitely going to play. He's definitely going to score. And we just hope that he continues on his decent run and scores at least a goal or a brace against Fulham side, which are not so strong in their defense. So the next one is Palmer against Manchester United. Remember what he did last season? He scored 2 goals in less than 1 minute. So we just hope it continues on that form against this Manchester United side. New manager, of course, they will want to impress, but Cole Palmer doesn't care about anybody. He doesn't care about new manager. He's going to definitely deliver. He's going to definitely score. And let's see how far he will go. But I don't know who's going to be in the post for Manchester United. If it's definitely Onana, of course, you know, Palmer has Onana code. He's going to score a brace if it's Onana. But if it's another keeper, I can't say for now. I predicted 2-1 in my correct score prediction. But let's see how that goes. So Cole Palmer is definitely there. He's the vice captain, just in case my captain doesn't play. MC Neil had a knock. It's 75% chance of playing. He's been decent, not been doing so badly. I don't have any intention of selling him yet because Everton has been doing well and their fixtures coming up has been good and he has been delivering. That's why I brought him in, because of the run of fixtures that we're having. Against Ipswich, he delivered. Against Crystal Palace, he delivered, but not against Newcastle, not against Leicester. Against Aston Villa, he delivered, not against Fulham. So we just hope that he continues on his decent run. The fixtures are still coming up and they are still good. Against Southampton, which of course are the worst team in England. Against West Ham, which have not been doing so well, but they have picked up lately. Had their first win in the last game. Against Brentford side at home. So we just, and Brentford, if you look at the stats, yeah, let me show you. If you look at the stats, the Brentford side are actually the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th worst team in England so far. Even though they haven't been doing so well, but they have not been performing so well. So it's an easy thing for Everton. That's why it's green. So we just expect, and against a Manchester United side, so we just expect him to keep on his good run. And let's see if that continues. He has a knock, but we hope he comes up from that knock and plays well. So in my attack, we have Wood, which actually had a brace in his last game. Picked up a knock, 75% chance of playing. We just hope he plays. If he plays, then we know that he's going to at least... I've been studying Wood lately. And it's a good thing that we actually brought in Wood to the team. It was a very, very good team. Okay. In his last game, he had 13 points, had a brace against Leicester, 3-1, Friday night, wonderful game. He had another goal against Crystal Palace. He had a goal against Chelsea. He blanked against Fulham. Had a goal against Brighton. Blanked against Liverpool. Had a goal against Wolves. Blanked against Southampton. Had a goal against Bournemouth. So he's somebody who is extremely consistent, considering the fact that it's coming from Nottingham Forest, legend killers. But what actually made Nottingham Forest good, 60% of the person that is making Nottingham Forest good is Wood. And we just hope he plays this game. If he plays this game, I believe that he's going to try to win this game against West Ham City side, which won their first game, his last game, and not doing so well currently. So Haaland is the captain, no doubt. He was rested in the League Cup. And let's hope that it continues that decent form he started at the beginning of the season. He's been doing extremely well. Let's hope he continues on that run. It's a no-brainer. Of course, you can't have Haaland in the team and captain someone else. But let's see, because if you look at, I know I've talked about this before, not trying to repeat myself, but I just want to bring out something out of this. Apart from that attacking return he had against the worst team and the worst defense in England, Southampton, just 6 points. You see that he has blanked against Wolves, blanked against Fulham, blanked against Newcastle. So let's see. And these teams are not so great in defense. Of course, Wolves is not great in defense. Fulham is not so great in defense. And Newcastle is not so great in defense, honestly. And he has blanked against those 3 teams. And he had just had one goal against Southampton. And it was really awful in that game. Lost. Clean chance. Open net. He lost it. Let's watch him. The fixtures coming up for Newcastle, for Manchester City, is not so easy. Apart from this Bournemouth game, Brighton is on easy fixtures. Spurs, Liverpool. So if he blanks against Bournemouth and also blanks against Brighton, then definitely we are not going to sell him. But if he blanks against Bournemouth, I will start considering another captain choice. But if he blanks those 2 games, definitely is out of the team. So the last one, I had a new player coming in. Kunha. He's coming into the team. Subbed in for Solanke. Solanke was not doing well, like I showed you. He has been blank out. It's just not, it's really, really bad. A pinpoint striker in the sports team. Just imagine he's not doing well, and I don't expect him to do well also in their next fixtures. Who's sports playing again? Aston Villa. Aston Villa is a very good defensive side. So I don't think he's going to do well. So we just had to make that sale and buy this Cunha. And if you look at the fixtures, one of the reasons why we bought Cunha, if you look at the fixtures, having Crystal Palace, having Southampton, having Fulham, having Bournemouth at home, having Everton away, having West Ham away, having Ipswich at home, having Leicester away, having Manchester United at home. Good run of fixtures are coming in. 2 first home games against Crystal Palace and against Southampton. So it's somebody who should get lots of attacking return. And if you look at his record lately, Cunha had 9 points in his last game. And you see, okay, Man City are very, very good in their defense. Also had 9 points against Brentford. Had 8 points against Aston Villa. So he's not extremely consistent. Had 6 points against Chelsea. He's not extremely consistent, but at the same time, those fixtures are difficult. Just imagine Manchester City, Liverpool, those are Newcastle. Those are really, really difficult fixtures. But look at the fixtures that's coming up for him. I just believe he's going to do extremely well. And with his performance, Wolves will pick up and come up in the link ranking. So that's it for now. Then in my bench, Slicker, I don't expect him to play, but he's in the bench. Just in case any of these players, Gabriel, which have a knock right now, MC Neil, which have a knock right now, Wood, which have a knock, let's assume they don't play. So we have Semenyo coming in. We don't expect him to do so well against Man City side, but you know the Man City side right now have not been performing optimally. They have a lot of injury. Rodri, their main midfielder, had injury, and some other fatigue because they don't have a balanced. They have a good 11, but they don't have good rotation team. They don't have lots of team in their reserve. Dalot will come in. New manager Van Nistelrooy coming in. Let's see if he's going to bring the best out of Dalot. Then Colwell, with Chelsea, has been very, very horrible in their defense. Let's see if these players don't come up because of their knock. Let's see how my bench is going to fit in. So I will leave it there. So if you enjoyed the video, click the subscribe button. Remember to make a comment, give the video a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, and have a nice weekend.